There we
All
go.
right, for the plaintiff, Mr. Negretti. For the defense, Mr. Shelley. Mr. Shelley is in examination. We're going to pick up here. I will ask that question on line 18, and we'll set on the reset. 160 words a minute. Here we go. Had you been involved with a RICO suit prior to August of 2004?
Objection, vague and ambiguous, lacking in foundation.
Only as a journalist. I had written about one before.
Which suit do you claim that you wrote about before, sir?
Can you give me a little minute here? There might be more than one. I can only remember one. I remember one.
What is the one that you remember, sir?
There was a countersuit in an Oakland Superior Court case in the Barrett versus Clark case.
And who brought the suit against whom, sir?
Objection, calls for speculation, lacking in foundation, assumes facts not in evidence.
One of the defendants. And I honestly don't remember. I just don't recall who it was specifically.
Do you mind if we take a quick break right now?
If you need to.
Yes, I need to.
All right.
Thank you.
We are going off the record. The time is 2:10 p.m. We are back on the record. The time is 2:24 p.m. Mr. Boland, I'm going to hand to the court reporter what will be exhibit number 5. I have a courtesy copy for your counsel. Mr. Boland, I'm going to ask you about some names, whether you've ever worked for certain individuals. I thought it might be useful to you to be able to see the names in writing. That's why I have handed to you exhibit number 5.
I'm going to object to the use of the document for purposes of names. This is not a document prepared by Mr. Boland and would call for speculation. If there are questions concerning names, that just simply those questions be asked with respect to names rather than having Mr. Boland speculate into the document that is being presented to him unless there's some sort of foundation.
Mr. Boland, have you ever, you or jury med, you understand when I say you,
Sure.
I mean you individually and or jury med. Have you ever done any work for Boyd Haley?
No.
Have you ever done any work for Jerry Bucco?
Objection, calls for lacking in foundation.
No, I never have.
Have you ever spoken with Jerry Bucco?
Yes.
On what occasion, sir?
He was testifying in a case.
What case was he testifying in, sir?
In Wisconsin, a dentist there named Vanderheyden.
I'm sorry, what was the last name?
Vanderheyden.
Is that the first time that you spoke with Jerry Bucco?
Yes.
Is that the only occasion on which you have spoken with Jerry Bucco?
I've spoken to him one other time, I think. I've spoken to him twice. I don't remember the substance of the second one.
Have you ever talked to Jerry Bucco about Cavitat or Nico?
No.
Objection, assumes facts not in evidence.
Have you ever talked to Boyd Haley about Cavitat or Nico?
What did I talk to Boyd Haley about? I don't think so. I don't believe so, no. I believe I talked to him about something else.
Have you ever talked to Dr. Bucco about this lawsuit, Cavitat versus Aetna?
No, not yet.
I didn't hear your last answer.
No, not yet.
Do you intend to?
No.
Have you ever talked to Wesley E. Shanklin II about Cavitat or Nico?
Objection, assumes facts not in evidence, lacking in foundation.
I have never met Wesley Shankland, and I don't think I've talked to him on the telephone, but I do believe I've got an email from him once.
What was the subject of the email?
I have no idea. I just think I might have. Excuse me. Let me just turn that off.
Is everything okay?
I have to monitor.
If you'd like to take a break to look at your call, that's okay.
That wasn't it. I meant to leave it on vibrate. I got critical things happening. It's okay. I'm sorry. What was your question again?
What was the subject of the email you received from Wesley Shankland?
Something minor. I believe I gave a copy of it. I think it was in one of those emails.
You believe it was in the documents that you produced in response to the subpoena?
Yes, it was minor. Nothing, I don't remember. Nice article or something like that, he said. Something like that. Innocuous.
Who is Frank Recker?
Objection assumes facts not in evidence, lacking in foundation.
Frank Recker.
The question is vague and ambiguous, too.
Frank Recker is an attorney dentist and attorney out of both Ohio and Florida. I think he lives in Florida now.
Have you, and including in that question, of course, JuryMed, ever provided any services to or worked for Frank Recker or any of his clients?
Objection, compound question.
You want to break that up?
Sure. Have you, including JuryMed, ever provided services to Frank Recker?
No.
Have you, including JuryMed, ever provided services to anybody that you knew was Frank Recker's client?
Yes.
Excuse me a minute, please. I've got a note here to call the judge's office. Is there something scheduled?
Not that I know of.
Do you mind if I call him?
No, I don't. Let's take a break. We are going off the record. The time is 2:30 p.m.